passers-by, and most long for a place that they never find. I'm afraid I wake up when I die, and it is too late to climb any mountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over. I will be the greatest that you've ever seen before, and I'll stay eternal. Run out when things don't go to plan. I kinda lose my mind. I hope it's real, this life comes around. Just keep your faith and search for the fountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over. Will be the greatest that you've ever seen before, and I'll stay eternal.
Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel for Manchester City versus Bayern Munich live stream today for the game. Alternative commentary. City lead by 3 goals to nil on aggregate only against Bayern Munich, which is absolutely massive. Bayern come out with a different side today. Manchester City side looks as follows. No changes from the side that played at the Etihad Stadium only last week. It is Ederson who starts in goal. John Stones, Manuel Akanji, Ruben Diaz and Nathan Ake, the 4 or maybe the 3, with Stones stepping into the midfield that we've seen so many times so far this season. Seems to be the formation Pep Guardiola has really singled out as the one to go with. Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne and Ilkay Gundogan in the midfield 3. It's Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish on the wings, supporting in the middle Erling Haaland. He has scored so far in this season so many goals for Manchester City, and I had a look at actually those goals before the game. 33 goals scored at home, 14 goals scored away from home for Erling Haaland. Let's have a look at the Bayern Munich lineup as well, because there is a man in there we know pretty well. That left-hand side for Bayern Munich is a former Manchester City side. In goal starts Jan Sommer for Bayern Munich. They play with a back 4 of Benjamin Pavard, Upamecano, De Ligt, and Joao Cancelo is in there on loan from Manchester City ahead of Alphonso Davies, who hasn't been fit this week in training. In the midfield is Kingsley Coman, Leon Goretzka, Yamal Musiala, Joshua Kimmich and Leroy Sané. Sané and Coman in the wide areas, Musiala, Goretzka and Kimmich working through the midfield area, the midfield 3. And up top is Choupo-Moting, Maxim Choupo-Moting at Stoke, PSG man. He returns to the starting 11 for Bayern Munich. He is in there starting up top. He's got a really good goal record for Bayern Munich, and you can see why they really did miss him in the previous game. We spoke about Bayern Munich before, and they've spoke about it online. You know, what did Bayern Munich really lack in that game against Manchester City? Well, it was a focal point up top, wasn't it? And that is what Maxim Choupo-Moting will bring to Bayern Munich today, and more of a sort of someone they can aim for up top, which they have been lacking when they've, you know, not had him up top. Serge Gnabry started against Manchester City last time, didn't he? And he really wasn't the way really for Manchester City, was it? But against Manchester City for Bayern Munich, he really wasn't the player. Very fluid Thomas Tuchel side at the Etihad. I was there at the game, and Bayern Munich did dominate the game at the start of it. I think the first 30 minutes or so, you'd say Bayern were the better side, but once that Rodri goal went in, that really did change the game. Bayern then still tried to get in the front foot, but Manchester City had a bit more a sort of confidence then that Bayern would have to come at them a bit more and City would find space. In the second half, they certainly did find space. I think Bayern played themselves into a lot of poor positions. I mean, tried to play it out from the back plenty of time with Dayot Upamecano, who had an absolute shocker at the Etihad. Jan Sommer made some really crucial saves, and Joao Cancelo came on and that offered absolutely nothing as well later in the game, as Thomas Tuchel was probably frustrated with Alphonso Davies, who never had that chance to attack Manchester City, never had that chance to really get forward, stretch his legs and show what his quality is, because Bernardo Silva kept in quiet pretty much all game. It's good to have quite a few of you guys here already just before kickoff. Jet Wilson's not here for the stream, but he's saying come on City. Wazloz is here as well. He's asking biggest shock of the Champions League so far. Ooh, I think the biggest shock so far, especially the knockout rounds, is that Real Madrid win at the Anfield 6-2 against Liverpool, where Liverpool went 2-0 up, didn't they? And then they just come back and absolutely smashed them. MK's here predicting a 3-1 win. We're hoping that Ridai comes in to the live chat, because Ridai is the man who always predicts the scores. Always predicts the scores. I'd like Ridai to come in and tell us what the score is going to be, because I'm confident in Ridai. So we know the City starting 11. On the bench today, Manchester City have Stefan Ortega. We have Scott Carson, Kyle Walker, Aymeric Laporte, Calvin Phillips, Julian Alvarez, Riyad Mahrez, Maximo Perron, Rico Lewis, Cole Palmer, Sergio Gomez, and the return of Phil Foden, back from that appendix surgery that he had. Phil Foden, he is back in this Manchester City side. Sophie is here. Hello to Sophie, great to have you. Also, great to have so many of you guys joining this live stream. Hopefully we get quite a few as usual, as we can do, that can all really experience this City game, where City hopefully are going to a Champions League semi-final. Real Madrid will be the team City face if they were to get to the semi-final, or Bayern Munich could face the other tie. Napoli surprisingly knocked out to AC Milan. Benfica against Inter Milan tonight, which we will keep an eye on. The winner of that game would be going on to face AC Milan. I mean, it'd be very interesting. We could see, I think, Inter Milan. I think probably Inter Milan versus AC Milan. A Milan derby in the Champions League semi-final. I don't know how long it's been since that has been a possibility, or that's happened in the Champions League, probably a very long time. But I mean, AC Milan or Inter Milan to get to a Champions League final is fantastic. And I do believe if City get past Real Madrid, they've got an absolutely glorious chance to win the competition against Milan or Inter. We should be beating either of those sides, shouldn't they, Manchester City? And we know that, AC Milan, maybe more so than Inter Milan, have a lot of quality attacking areas, namely Olivier Giroud or Rafael Leao, Brahim Diaz. But Manchester City have got firepower as well, and I think our defenders could handle those players. I mean, Leao's absolutely one of those real electric players in the counter. I think he would be fan. I'd love him at Manchester City. Whether that ever happened, I don't know. City are looking at winger. Leao has been one of those players linked, but I personally don't see that happening. But Leao would be fantastic for Manchester City, another Portuguese player, if we can make that happen, possibly. But he'd be something, to look forward to the final. Obviously, City have not even got to the semi-final yet, so we're thinking way ahead of ourselves. San Siro is in use again tonight. Like I said, Inter Milan take on Benfica. Benfica, a bit of a dark horse of the competition. A few people thought that they might go through tonight or in the previous game, but they did pretty well, actually, against Inter Milan. But it wasn't enough. Inter Milan win 2-0. Bastione with 2 absolutely beautiful crosses in the first leg. And that is something to keep an eye on that game. We will keep an eye on that one because we know that if City can get past Bayern Munich tonight, if they can get past Real Madrid over the next few weeks as well, the Champions League final will be possibly against Inter Milan. You've got to look at your sides that you could be playing. Of course, Real Madrid beating Chelsea last night by 2-0. Chelsea had chances, but they didn't finish them. Thibaut Courtois, who has got to be the best goalkeeper in the world, hasn't he, for Real Madrid, and he showed that in the Champions League final last year. Pretty much keeping Real Madrid in the Champions League final. He is someone else to keep an eye on. City have got to beat him if they play Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final. Now, the Allianz Arena is absolutely packed here. 5 minutes to kick off. We are close to seeing Bayern Munich versus Manchester City, and I'm excited. I'm very excited for the game. I'm a little bit more calm than usual than I would be in a Champions League semi-final, purely because Manchester City do lead by 3-0 on aggregate. So, sort of City are in the driving seat here, aren't they? Massively in the driving seat. But that doesn't mean, Bayern Munich, we know what sort of quality they have. We know the Champions League and European pedigree that Bayern Munich do possess. They've won this competition. They've been in this competition plenty of times. They won this competition only 2 years ago, I believe it was. So, they are there, ready to get to that final. They are there to put in a performance today. But their form hasn't been great since Thomas Tuchel, arrived and took the reins at Bayern Munich. Julian Nagelsmann sacked in very surprising circumstances. In comes Thomas Tuchel, ex-Chelsea man. He gets a win against Chelsea. A win against Borussia Dortmund on his debut, 4-2 when I think it was against Dortmund in the Bundesliga. Those two sides battling for that competition. And then they go and lose 2-1 to Freiburg in the DFB Pokal Cup and knocks out of that competition, surprisingly. Then they come to the Etihad and they're expecting the Bayern fans something a bit better than that. Bayern lose 3-0 to Manchester City, and that shows where Bayern are. They went to the next game to beat Freiburg by 1-0, and then they lost again at the weekend. So they're not in a good situation, Bayern Munich, at all. It's probably a good time to be playing them, isn't it, really? A very good time to be playing Bayern Munich, and hopefully, Real Madrid haven't had their best of the season either, but they don't have to have a really good season, Real Madrid, and that is something to look forward to the semi-final, a side that are the, Champions League team. They are probably the best team in Champions League history, aren't they, in terms of how many times they've won it in so little time. That's perhaps the sort of level European-wise Manchester City want to get to in the future. It's not going to be easy. I think it's near enough impossible. But the treble's on for Manchester City this season, and that is a big thing that City could achieve as well. So the players are walking down the tunnel towards the pitch. Joshua Kimmich, the captain for Bayern Munich. Manchester City's captain, of course, is the German Ilkay Gundogan. Physios are ready as they shake hands in the tunnel as well. You have to go down the steps at the Allianz Arena to get to the pitch side. Similar to the Camp Nou at Barcelona, you have to come down steps, whereas I think you actually have to do that at the Etihad as well now, since they've brought in the Tunnel Club and things. That's changed completely also. So Mia San Mia is the little, I suppose, what would you call it, thing that Bayern Munich go by. Edison's in a blue kit today. That's good for City fans, isn't it? Pink kit Edison's where the problems lie, but in a blue kit today. And the manager, the referee actually is a Frenchman who's refereed quite a few City fixtures in the Champions League over the years. Andrew's gone with a 2-1 win for Manchester City. So City lead by 3-0. Benfica 2-0 down to Inter Milan. 2 big Champions League ties tonight. The semi-finals are played, I think, on the 9th and the 16th of next month. So I have to say 9th, 10th, 16th and 17th. What happens there? So out come the two sides. Erling Haaland said he scored 14 away goals this season. 33 goals of all his goals he scored this season have come at home at the Etihad, which shows the difference. Much more confident playing at the Etihad than playing away from home, but hopefully he can get Manchester City a few goals away from home today. That would do City the world of good, wouldn't it, really? Haaland performing. There's a smile from Erling Haaland there as the Champions League anthem rings out around the Allianz. Manuel Akanji in City's team back in there today. Was rested in the game against Leicester City, where City had a very, very shaky second half, didn't they? Not one at all impressive, but one that came with City making big changes. Pep Guardiola heavily rotating his side, being 3-0 up in anticipation for, of course, this game against Bayern Munich tonight. And I think that was certainly the right thing to do in my mind. I think he had to do that, did Pep Guardiola, to get the team right and to get the team, you know, ready for this game. Keep them fit, keep them sharp. Because it is very close to kick-off now. Akanji's played against Bayern before, hasn't he? Borussia Dortmund ex-player. Erling Haaland has got a really good record against Bayern Munich. Actually won his first ever game against Bayern in the previous fixture. First time he'd ever won against Bayern Munich, which really does show, doesn't it? That Borussia Dortmund didn't do Erling Haaland a good job, did they, in terms of winning games like that? Against Bayern. Bayern are a very, very good side. I think there's no doubts about how good Bayern Munich are. I do think Manchester City will struggle today because Bayern are going to come out, aren't they? There's no doubt about that. Bayern Munich are going to come out and give it their all. It's whether Manchester City can match them. I think Bayern coming forward is going to create some spacing behind that Bayern side. That Bayern defence. And yeah, I mean, the late Upamecano, pretty quick. I think in Kevin De Bruyne, who can find a pass, who can pick a perfect pass when Erling Haaland making those runs in behind, City could really unlock that Bayern Munich defence on the counter-attack. And it's not really City's way, is it, the counter-attack? That's not what City are known to do. We'll just run through the Manchester City starting 11 again. Ederson starts in goal. Diaz, Akanji, and Ake in the back three. Stones and Rodri in the midfield two. Gundogan, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva and Jack Grealish the four, supporting Erling Haaland up top. The Norwegian Viking. City have Ortega, Carson, Walker, Phillips, Laporte, Alvarez, Sergio Gomez, Mahrez, Maximo Perón, Palmer, Lewis and the returning Phil Foden in the City side. And City on the pitch now, ready for kick-off. Bayern Munich, of course, also ready. I think Bayern know this is going to be a really tough test for them. Perhaps they threw it all away in the first leg. Perhaps they let it slip too much. City in the third kit today in the yellow or green, the B kit as some call it. Let's hope Haaland can keep up his quality against Bayern. Keep up his record of scoring goals. And I'm pretty sure he's got a few goals at the Allianz. So, Manchester City versus Bayern Munich. Bayern are going to kick us off here, all in red. Yamal Musiala over the ball. Thomas Tuchel on the sidelines. Got a good record against Pep Guardiola in European games. He, of course, beat Pep Guardiola in the Champions League final a few seasons ago with Chelsea. Do we see Tuchel work his magic against Manchester City and Pep Guardiola here today? Referee is about to blow his whistle. Pep Guardiola looks on the sidelines. He said he aged 10 years in the previous fixture. Very stressful, very hard game. We're expecting that again for Manchester City. Referee takes his time here. Oliver Kahn in the audience for Bayern Munich. Looking on. The referee continues to delay kick-off here. I'm not sure why that's the case. Maybe his microphone isn't working, something like that anyway. But the referee does continue to delay kick-off. And it continues. Jamal Musiala wants to get this underway. Joao Cancelo on looking. Erling Haaland as well. Just building the tension, building the nerves for the City players here. The Manchester City side. Ilkay Gundogan, captain, looking on. A return to Germany for Ilkay Gundogan. Against a former rival. As a former Borussia Dortmund player. I mean, City have got quite a few former Borussia Dortmund players in there, haven't they? With Akanji, with Gundogan. We still wait for kickoff. I don't know why. Whether there's been some sort of delay here. Pep Guardiola calls over Bernardo Silva and Manuel Akanji for a talk. But I have no idea why the game has been delayed. Maybe if I just have a quick look on social media. A communication issue apparently. Between the referee and the VAR. You think, how many times this happens actually this season, surprisingly. Here we go. I think it's Clement Turpin, the referee, and we're underway. Manchester City versus Bayern, second leg, and Bayern immediately launched that ball forward. And John Stones heads it away. Bernardo Silva up, Rodri in there with a header. Bernardo Silva long on the left foot, dealt with by De Ligt. Kimmich, I mean, Bayern will be looking for an early goal straight away here, surely, to try and turn this tide. If they can. Coman. Pavard. Back to Upamecano. City pressing with Bernardo Silva and Erling Haaland. Dayot Upamecano. De Ligt. Upamecano again. Benjamin Pavard. Back they go to Jan Sommer, one of the best goalkeepers on the vault you'll see in Europe. Absolutely brilliant in the build-up. And he finds Goretzka here, who turns. De Ligt. Thomas Tuchel immediately giving his team encouragement on the sidelines. 49 seconds in. Meccano with a switching ball on the right-hand side towards Coman. He does keep this one in. Ake slips and Diaz heads it away. Rodri. City looks to keep some possession of their own here. Diaz. Edison sends it long. Up towards Haaland. All the way through to Meccano. Here's Jan Sommer. De Ligt. City looking to win the ball high up off Bayern Munich. They're keeping the press high. Stones stepping into midfield. Into Musiala. Wide to Pavard. Attacking run by the Frenchman. So his fellow Frenchman Coman on the right hand side. Coman against Nathan Ake. Crossing by Coman here. Oh, he's in there. He's moting. Choupo-Moting, and John Stones heads it away. City under immediate pressure. Leroy Sané. Joao Cancelo. Crossing blocked by his own teammate there by Cancelo. Back to Cancelo. Onto that right foot. Ball in behind to Sané. Kanji beats him to it. And plays it out to Bernardo Silva. Well played, Bernardo. Away from Sané. Bernardo Silva. Tackled by Cancelo. And it's a throw into Manchester City. I'm hoping we embarrass Joao Cancelo today. Thomas Tuchel already unhappy. Evening all, says Chris. Chris is here. Rumour has it there's a football match on tonight. Am I in the right place? Massive game, isn't it? For City to get to that Champions League semi-final. Akanji on the throw-in for Manchester City. Poor throw-in straight onto the chest of Joao Cancelo. Haaland can't beat him to it. Meccano. Into Pavard. Pressed by Grealish. Back he goes to goalkeeper and Swiss international Jan Sommer. Sommer out to Kimmich, and under pressure there, Bayern. Kimmich had to go quickly back to De Ligt. Left hand side of his box here. Sommer. Back to De Ligt, pressing by Bernardo Silva. Comes off him, a goal kick for Bayern, but good pressing by Bernardo, working hard there for his side. Bayern look long and Gundogan takes it down. Heads it straight to Bayern Munich in Leon Goretzka instead of Jack Grealish. Here is Coman. Pavard. He should have found Grealish there, I think, Ilkay Gundogan. Pavard to Musiala. And back to De Ligt. Good start from Bayern Munich. Definitely the more forward-thinking on the front foot side. Cancelo, a couple of step overs. Flicks it out for a throw-in, is it? Off Bernardo Silva. Down to Sané. De Ligt. Upamecano. Bayern work it along that back line. Ball into Choupo-Moting, who holds it up well. The bad pass by Eric Choupo-Moting. It's a throw into Manchester City. Didn't do so well there. The Cameroonian. His hold-up play was a little bit poor. That's what he brings Bayern that Bayern didn't have at the Etihad. They had a lot of fluidity with Serge Gnabry, but that wasn't enough, really. And City take the throw and go all the way back to Ederson here. Ederson. Across to Akanji. De Bruyne. Akanji on the edge of his box here. Akanji with a switcher play over to... I think that is Nathan Ake. It's a brilliant pass by Akanji. City go back to Diaz. City continue with the possession now. First bit of possession of the game for City comes in the 4th minute. And Ruben Diaz takes an absolutely shocking first touch here. And there's a foul by Diaz as he lost the ball. There's an offside anyway in there. So it's going to be actually, I think it's going to be a free kick Manchester City. The Bayern player was offside and that's why Diaz was allowed to make the foul. Choupo-Moting was offside. So Diaz's foul doesn't go down as anything. But it's a really bad first touch by Ruben Diaz. He hardly touched Coleman. Rudai is here. He says, how's everyone doing? Well, I'll tell you what, Rudai. I'd like to know your score prediction. Because whatever you say goes. And if you say City are going to win this, then I'll be confident that's what's going to happen. Because you're hardly ever wrong. Or when I say hardly ever, I don't think you're ever wrong. Kevin De Bruyne, a long ball forward here. Nowhere near Erling Haaland, who dropped deep to try and pick it up. Sommer. Sommer switches the play out to Coleman. Nathan Ake in the back and down to Ruben Diaz. Ake. Back we go to Ederson with Manchester City in possession again. We're all anticipating your information, Redite. John Stones. Was lost as 3-2 to Bayern Munich, but that would send Manchester City through. With a 5-3 win in aggregate. Akanji. Into Kevin De Bruyne. Touched into Stones. Flick through to Bernardo Silva on the chest of Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Musiala across to him and they tackle Bernardo Silva. 3 Bayern players surround the Portuguese winger. Sané. Into Kimmich. Good tackle by Rodri. Ilkay Gundogan in there as well. Flick through to Ederson. He has to clear it away. Scuffs it. Slices it on his right foot towards Erling Haaland. Who causes problems for Cancelo. Onto De Ligt, who goes straight for the back of Kevin De Bruyne. And it's a free to Manchester City. That's poor by Matthijs De Ligt. Straight for the back of Kevin De Bruyne. Head-to-head clash. Have to hope Kevin De Bruyne is okay here because he is down holding the head here. KDB. I think De Ligt's going to get a talking to. City are beating Milan but losing the final to Madrid, says Wosloz. Well, actually, Wosloz, City would play Madrid in the semi-final. So if City go through here, they'll play Real Madrid. De Ligt straight to the back of KDB there. Not one he can really complain about, the Dutchman. Kevin De Bruyne is okay. He's back to his feet. City take the free kick quickly. Diaz. Stones. Round the corner to Akanji. Rodri in space. Akanji. Ake. Into Jack Grealish. Not the best of passes by Ake. Grealish can't keep it in. Thrown to Bayern Munich. Poor by Nathan Ake. Still thinking based on so far performances, Redite. Well, we eagerly await your prediction. Of Meccano. Back to De Ligt. Matthijs De Ligt here for Bayern Munich. Of Meccano. Pressure from Grealish. Plays it into Kingsley Coman. Little 1-2 with Pavard. Ball in behind to Choupo-Moting. And Coman's absolutely rinsed Ake here for pace. Coman across the box here. All the way across. Choupo-Moting wasn't in there. Falls to Sané on the far side. Leroy Sané, left foot. Crossing by Sané. Underneath it by Nathan Ake. Kevin De Bruyne, nice touch here. And out to Bernardo Silva against Joao Cancelo. Bernardo. Lost it to Sané. Back in there to try and win it back. Falls to Kevin De Bruyne. KDB. And it's a poor touch by KDB throwing Bayern Munich. Unlucky De Bruyne, but he's got to do better. Rudai's gone for a 3-1 win for Manchester City. Well, I hope you're right, Rudai. That would be a brilliant result for City here. That's it then, 3-1. Thanks, Rudai. I'm off to the pub, says Chris. Well, he's hardly ever wrong. If ever. So if Rudai says 3-1, this is ending 3-1. So we can start to calm down. Linda says that Bayern are looking better than last week. So far, could they be worse? Well, not really, especially in that second half. Linda's been waiting in anticipation for Rideye's prediction, but it has come now, 3-1. There's a ball in behind to Coleman here. Nathan Ake out of position again here. Kingsley Coleman across the box here, flicked away by Rodri. Oh, Diaz and away by Bernardo Silva. Kingsley Coleman's pace is causing big problems here for City. Here's Jack Grealish, and through the back of him comes Benjamin Pavard. And it's a free kick to Manchester City when they're on the counter. No yellow card for the Frenchman. Russell, who is a We Are City member. Welcome, Russell. Trust in Rideye's wisdom. Well, Benjamin Pavard with a real push in the back of Jack Grealish, who got his body in between the ball and Pavard. Rideye's going for a Grealish, De Bruyne and Haaland to score. Ooh, Choupo-Moting wasn't far away from the Bayern cross before. MK has got a 50p bet on that Rideye prediction of 3-1. Maybe there's too much pressure on Rideye now. They'll start getting them wrong. Stones. Oh, and the face of Stones is pulled down by Goretzka. This has got to be a yellow card for Leon Goretzka here. How is that not a yellow card for Leon Goretzka? Stones looks to pass it. Goretzka grabs Stones around the back of the head, slaps him across the face and looks to pull him down. It's a clear and obvious yellow card here, which Clement Turpin has decided not to give. I don't understand how that's not a yellow card. Stones is under no pressure. Looks to pass it. Goretzka comes through the side of him and just pushes him in the face. Woslas thinks it should be a red for the slap. I think it's certainly a yellow card, but no card at all. Bernardo Silva. Past Leroy Sané. Oh, and then tackled by Joao Cancelo. This could be a red card for Cancelo, is it? Studs up on Bernardo Silva. Yellow card for Joao Cancelo. But should it have been more? The boot was high by Cancelo, but how high was it on the shin of Bernardo Silva? No, it wasn't a yellow. It was not a red card. No. He stamps on the foot of Bernardo Silva, gets a yellow card here, Joao Cancelo. Initially, it looked a lot higher the foot than it actually was. Just the yellow card for the Portuguese international on loan from Manchester City here at Bayern Munich, but on a yellow card for the rest of the game. Here's Diaz. Across the back three to Akanji. Rodri. Diaz again. Ruben Diaz still. Inter leading by 1-0 against Benfica. That's 3 at aggregate. So it is going to be, I think, that's confirmed it, hasn't it, really? A Milan derby between Inter and AC Milan in the semi-final. But who will face Real Madrid in the semi-final? The other semi-final will be Manchester City or Bayern Munich. Akanji. Bernardo Silva. Underneath it with the left foot onto Erling Kanu. Gets a nod on here towards De Bruyne. Upamecano. Confidently done by Upamecano. Actually ends up flooring Kevin De Bruyne on the way through. Haaland chases down Jan Sommer. Kimmich. Confident. What a player. How is Cancelo on loan and playing against his own team, says Woslas. Well, City must have allowed him to do it. I think the Champions League rule said he can. Akanji through the back of Cancelo here. Free kick for Bayern. For a push on Cancelo. By Manuel Akanji, who jumped into the back of Joao Cancelo. Bayern taking quickly with Goretzka. Across to Upamecano. 12 minutes gone here at the Allianz Arena in Munich. De Ligt. Still De Ligt. Goretzka. Back to De Ligt. Bayern taking the time. Upamecano. Wide to Pavard. Coleman so far looks like the most dangerous player. Rideye is sad that Napoli got knocked out. I know, I thought Napoli were going to the final. But they've dropped off in the league as well, haven't they, actually, Rideye? Been poor in the league. Bayern play through City too easily here. Here is Pavard. Coleman's got him behind again. Drops a deck. Kingsley Coleman thinks he was fouled. Referee says no. No foul in there. But it's Ruben Diaz in the back of Kingsley Coleman. Very clever from Diaz. Just clips Coleman on the back of his foot. And somehow the referee didn't see it. So the referee doesn't give a free kick to Bayern Munich. Akanji. Back to Edison. Long by Edison on the right foot towards Erling Haaland. Can't beat De Ligt to it. And he heads it down to Goretzka. Kimmich. Bayern start again. Nice turn by Kimmich. Haaland still keeps the press on. Wosler says he knows Sané is going to score. I hope that isn't the case. Upamecano. Pavard. Back to De Ligt. All the way back to Upamecano and all the way back again. Bad pass by Matthijs de Ligt. They've got to go back to goalkeeper Jan Sommer now. Here is Upamecano. Forward by Bayern. Rodri. De Bruyne. Here's Bernardo Silva. Up against Cancelo. He's on a yellow card as well, Cancelo. Cancelo. Musiala pressing Bernardo Silva. He's away from him. Bernardo into De Bruyne. Against De Ligt. De Bruyne gets a cross in here and a save by Jan Sommer. Celso Pereira's here. I really hope we win this game. I hope so too. We can do it. We can do it. Chance there for City. Crossing by De Bruyne. Ilkay Gundogan just couldn't win it. Pep Guardiola with 400 games now under his belt as Manchester City manager. Coleman. Celso wants a 3-0 or a 4-0, but he would accept a 2-0. I'd accept a 1-0. Celso, I'd accept anything that City go through, really. Coleman. Kimmich. Kimmich goes back to Upamecano. Rudai's better predicting the Prem games, he says, than the Champions League games. Coleman. Upamecano. Matthijs de Ligt here for Bayern Munich. On his own at the back. The Bayern fans on their feet here, trying to get their side forward. Upamecano, and he has to go all the way back to Jan Sommer here. Which is much to the frustration of his manager Thomas Tuchel on the side. Long forward by Jan Sommer. Great pass out to the fullback Pavard. Inside to Kimmich. Erling Haaland through the side of him. Wins the ball. Good work by Erling Haaland. Here's Bernardo Silva. Bernardo takes his time. Back he goes into Rodri. And across to Diaz. Diaz for Manchester City bringing the ball forward here. Diaz has lost it in the attacking area here. That's poor by Diaz. And here's Bayern on the counter. Musiala in behind to Sané. Leroy Sané. Sané puts it wide the post. Should score. Sané missing against City. He should have scored there. It's poor by Diaz. Comes out with the ball and loses it. Rudai thinks the first goal's been coming around the 30 to 37th minute mark. Big miss by Sané. Should have scored there, Leroy Sané. Really should have scored. It was poor by Diaz. He dribbled the ball into an attacking area. Then he's just going to make the simple pass. Loses it. Bayern counter. Leroy Sané should score against his former side. Sadio Mane looks very disappointed to the sideline. Leroy Sané playing with a big lip after being punched by Leroy Sané. Here's Rodri. Great work by Grealish. Into Kevin De Bruyne. City could open up by Munich. De Bruyne. Oh, ball through to Gundogan. He's intercepted by Pavard. Better pass there and City score, I think. And Bayern come the other way with Pavard. Choupo-Moting. Good hold-up play by the Cameroonian. Yamal Musiala. Back to De Ligt. De Ligt here for Bayern. Bringing the ball out from the back and into Upamecano. Switch of play to Joao Cancelo on this left-hand side. Here is the full-back for Bayern. Onto that favoured right foot. Goretzka. Musiala. Away from Rodri. Referee says no foul by Rodri. City play on and De Bruyne is played in Haaland here. Erling Haaland. Upamecano takes him down. Red card for Upamecano. He's off Upamecano. Dayot Upamecano is sent off here. But was Haaland offside? Oh, Haaland was offside apparently. So Upamecano stays in the field. But if Haaland was onside, Upamecano was off. VAR will check this. Dayot Upamecano sent off with a red card, but Haaland was offside, so the Frenchman stays on. He's very, very lucky. They'll check to see if it is offside. So Haaland goes through after a pass from Kevin De Bruyne. Dayot Upamecano takes Haaland down. It's a red card for Dayot Upamecano. But Erling Haaland was offside, so he doesn't get sent off. But if Haaland was onside, he's onside! Haaland was onside there, so it's Not offside. Upamecano sent off and he should be staying off. They're not going to check this. Thomas Tuchel's getting a yellow card on the sidelines here. I don't think Haaland was offside there on the camera angle. Erling Haaland looked onside. The referee has given offside, so Upamecano stays on, no red card, but on the camera angle it looked like he was onside, Haaland. Well, VAR obviously not checking it. They look like Upamecano should be staying off and being sent off, but instead he stays on the field. That is very poor from the referee. I don't know why they haven't checked to see if it's offside or not. They've just trusted the linesman's verdict. Very lucky boy, Dayot Upamecano. Very lucky boy. Coleman against Ake. Kingsley Coleman's done him again. Ake dives in and wins the ball. Referee gives a free kick. And now he says no, it's a free kick to Bayern Munich. And Bayern fans and the Bayern players are getting into the referee's face here, trying to get everything. Well, I wish they'd show a replay of that Haaland run there, because it looked like he was onside. Ake makes a foul on Coleman here. But it looked like Haaland was onside. I don't know how the referee said he's offside, and because Upamecano would have been off. This referee's bias as was, Loz. Oh, well, Loz. This game is too dramatic for my liking. We need to make it boring. We could have swept away a tide of emotion from this crowd. Yeah, I mean, that red card would have really crushed the Bayern team, wouldn't it? If City get Madrid in the semis, we should try and control the ball. City will play Madrid in the semis, so it's already been decided. They've made it as a bracket. So Bayern with a free kick. Leroy Sané shoots, and it's a save by Ederson. Nice attempt by Sané. And a really good save by Ederson at his near post. One you're expecting to make, but one he had to make. Left hand comes out, palms it away for a corner. Corner for Bayern Munich swung in. Cleared away by Manchester City. Another throw in for Bayern, which is the ball by quickly throws to be taken. 21 minutes here, and Bayern obviously trying to show everything they can do to get back into this tie. That red card for Upamecano would have just killed it completely, I think. What a shame that Haaland was supposedly offside, but only supposedly. De Ligt. Cancelo. Cancelo's going back to De Ligt here. Upamecano. A very lucky boy to be on the field. Kimmich. Back to De Ligt. Long by the Dutchman. Read by Akanji. Heads it straight to Bayern, but luckily John Stones there to get it away. Through the back of Ilkay Gundogan comes Joshua Kimmich. Referee says no free kick. Play on. Musiala turns away from Rodri. Here's Jamal Musiala. Out wide to Kingsley Coleman. He's gone to this left-hand side now. Looks for a cross into the box. Headed away only as far as Leon Goretzka with a strike. Who sends it right up. And it drops just below the crossbar. It's an easy catch for goalkeeper Ederson. 22 minutes at the Allianz Arena played. And plenty of drama so far. Ederson rolls it out to Diaz. Stones. Back to Ederson he goes. Coleman proving dangerous so far for City. Yeah, he's having a lot of joy against Ake, who just cannot keep up with Kingsley Coleman, who is obviously lightning quick. Pushing the back by Pavard and Grealish. Referee says no free kick. Ake back to Ederson and long by the Brazilian. Grealish can't win a header against Pavard. He wants a free kick for a push by Grealish, which he certainly wasn't. Here is De Ligt. Back he goes to Sommer. Sommer still again. Haaland pressing. Cross to De Ligt. City push over to this right-hand side. De Ligt sends it forward towards Musiala. Stones loses out to Coleman, who's in behind City again here. Musiala in behind to Coleman, who's in behind City. Kingsley Coleman. Ake slips. Left foot of Sané. Goretzka with a strike, and Goretzka gets it all wrong and sends it into the stands. Lucky there. I tell you what, Nathan Ake's not had the best of starts today. Been falling all over the place, Ake. He hasn't looked confident at all. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. John Stones. City are struggling here. Certainly. Rodri across to Ake. Coleman and Sané using their pace, proving to be threats. Ake. Playing to De Bruyne. Cancelo for the back of De Bruyne. Referee plays advantage, but he's already on a yellow card, Joao Cancelo. A bad pass by Bernardo Silva dealt with by Pavard. Rodri down and down to Ake. Rodri. Ball through to Bernardo Silva's brilliant. Bernardo, Upamecano chasing him. Bernardo has got to cross, it doesn't do. Back out to Grealish. Jack Grealish against Pavard. Grealish with a shot here, blocked away by Bayern. Underneath it from Coleman. Out to Bernardo Silva against Pavard. Heads it away towards Nathan Ake, who leaves it to Grealish. Who goes back across to Akanji. Great play by Grealish. Akanji. De Bruyne. He didn't really want it. He told Akanji to go back, and Kevin De Bruyne goes all the way back to Ederson. Just takes the sting out of this game a little bit there, De Bruyne, by doing that. Akanji. Brings it forward for City. Wide right to KDB. Into Haaland here. Haaland across to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo into Stones. Oh, wonderful work from John Stones here. Oh, he's taking it past 2 or 3 here, Stones. Then Musiala comes to the back of him. And the referee says no free kick throwing Bayern Munich. Yeah, man, Musiala looked away sheepishly there. Like he knew he'd put a foul on John Stones. The referee thought not. And De Bruyne puts it out for another throw into Bayern Munich. Joao Cancelo. Oh, they're just showing the replay, the offside. Haaland was offside against Upamecano. His leg was just offside. But if he wasn't, Bayern Munich would be on 10 men. Upamecano, a very lucky boy. Bernardo Silva. Oh, he's past Joao Cancelo. Pushed by Goretzka. Past Cancelo again, Bernardo Silva. Bernardo, cross it into the box across the near post here. Delict away. Coleman keeps it in as far as Bernardo Silva. He puts it a throw in for Bayern Munich. Right near the corner flag, which Cancelo has taken much further forward than it was. Cancelo continues to go forward here. The throw-in's back there. He's still back there. Well, Cancelo's not being made to take the throw-in from where it actually went out, which is next to the corner flag. Choupo-Moting, won back by Rodri. Bernardo Silva runs into a big group of Bayern players. Rodri wins it back for his side. Ilkay Gundogan. Back he goes to Ruben Diaz, who's in space in that central centre-back position. Diaz. Akanji, under pressure from Coleman. Good play by Akanji. De Bruyne, round the corner to Bernardo Silva. Back into KDB here. De Bruyne. De Bruyne. Switch of play to Jack Grealish on the left-hand side. Jack. Bad touch, really, by Grealish. Ake. Ake shoots, does he? Drags it wide. Not a bad attempt by Nathan Ake, actually. I don't know if he's trying to drill that to the far post to Haaland Ake, but way too much on it. Half looked like a shot, actually, towards the bottom corner. A long ball forward by Bayern Munich. Diaz steps out, wins it, only as far as Choupo-Moting, who dives under a bit of pressure from Ilkay Gundogan and gets a free kick here, which Gundogan can't believe. I mean, it was no worse than the one that Musiala did to Stones, but he got that one. And Upamecano goes back to Sommer. 27 minutes played now here at the Allianz Arena. The more time ticks away, the more pressure is on Bayern Munich. Stones against Coleman, wins the header. Rodri. Grealish. Followed by Pavard. Into Kevin De Bruyne, great pass. De Bruyne. Oh, he just can't get it round Joao Cancelo. That's a shame. That's a shame for KDB. Upamecano. Sommer. De Ligt. Over to Upamecano. Brings it forward, the Frenchman from centre-back here. He looks so shaky at times. Pavard has to go back to Sommer. They play a lot through the back line, don't they? I like Rico Lewis to play right back, says Russell M. Yeah, Rico Lewis has been really good, hasn't he? When he's played, I think the only thing against him is purely his inexperience as an 18-year-old. De Ligt switches the play out to Sané, who flicks it onto Choupo-Moting here, and Nathan Ake's out of position once again here. Got to get back. Bayern flick it back to Musiala. Chance for a shot here. Blocked by Rodri. Good pressure by Rodri. Back to the goalkeeper. Musiala wants a free kick. Referee says no. Thomas Tuchel's going mad on the sidelines here. Musiala wants a free kick. He mishit it, and Rodri just gave him a little shove in the back. The referee's let a few of those go, those little shoves. Well, there's not much in that from Rodri, I don't think. Maybe he does catch Musiala on the studs, but hardly anything. Cancelo here ahead of Bernardo Silva. Oh, and good flick past Kevin De Bruyne by Cancelo. And looking for a pass, he goes wide to Pavard. Pavard swings one in, Rodri heads it away quickly. Bernardo Silva in the edge of his box heads it away as well. Kevin De Bruyne ahead of Kimmich. Can't take it away from Joshua Kimmich. And Joao Cancelo back to De Ligt. Wonder if Cancelo stayed with Ake ever this good at left back would have been Stones used in such an amazing role. Exactly right. I think Cancelo going means City have literally no fullbacks and had to play this formation. And it's done fantastically. Ake has been fouled off the ball. Referee thinks not. Cross comes in. Chance here. Good defending by City. He want a free kick for the foul on Ake. Ruben Diaz has a go at the referee here. It looked like Nathan Ake was fouled off the ball. The referee thought nothing of it, let Bayern play on and got a cross in, and City has to defend it away for a corner. Bayern surround the referee as well, with Musiala, Goretzka and Upamecano telling the referee it should be a free kick in their favour for something. Maybe that Musiala decision before. Bayern putting pressure on the referee, they know how to do that. Cross comes into the near post here and headed over the bar by Choupo-Moting for a goal kick for Manchester City. So away come Bayern. And Ederson is down here. And I think the laces of Ederson's boot have torn. Give City some time to waste, I suppose. Bernardo Silva across to Pep Guardiola for a bit of inspiration. Ederson puts his gloves back on. But he had to tie his laces there, the Brazilian. Which he did do. City to take this goal kick, but they're taking the time, this goal kick, Manchester City. Certainly taking the time. Ederson plays it short to Diaz. Across to Akanji. Into John Stones. Good play by Akanji again, actually. Stones. Into Kevin De Bruyne. Kimmich shrugged off it by Haaland. Musiala, and here back he goes to Cancelo. City is struggling to get on the ball, actually. Against this Bayern side that are physically doing pretty well. Kimmich. Into Goretzka. Pressure from Rodri. It's Upamecano. Every Bayern player in City's half now, barring Jan Sommer. Upamecano. Coman. Who looks so good. I wouldn't mind a player like Coman on the wide area for Manchester City. Imagine him on the right hand side. Electric pace. Good with either his left or right foot. Been very impressive so far. Goretzka. Musiala. I think one goal for Bayern. Just get their sails up a little bit. So City have got to be wary of that. Here is a Bayern player. Pavard back to Upamecano. Kimmich. Makes his way towards the centre circle. Under pressure from Ilkay Gundogan. Giving away to Ruben Diaz, who steps in brilliantly. And won back by Rodri. John Stones into Ake. It's a bad pass. And through the back of Ake they come. But Gundogan wins it. Grealish. Runs at Bayern now. Past Kimmich. Jack Grealish. Great play by Grealish here. Grealish across the far post here. Not the greatest of passes by Jack Grealish there. I don't know if he's trying to flick it through to Haaland or someone. Maybe De Bruyne coming into the far post, but there was no one there. There's nothing much Grealish could do. City playing on the counter-attack, really, today. Where they could do with maybe a bit more of a pacey player in the side when it does come to these situations, which we don't have even off the bench. Cancelo. Right foot switcher play by Cancelo. For Coman. Ake beats him to it. Ake away from Coman. And all the way back to Ederson. Well done, Nathan Ake. You have to say he's looked the most shaky at the back alongside Diaz. I think Akanji has looked very solid so far. Akanji. Still Akanji. Bring the ball forward for City. Across to Nathan Ake by Manuel Akanji. Brilliant play by the Swissman. Ake onto Grealish. City have got a lot of space on this far right hand side if City can get it over there. Rodri. Gundogan. Grealish. Back he goes to Diaz. Nicely done by Jack Grealish. Diaz. Ball through to Haaland. Laid off to Ilkay Gundogan. Ilkay Gundogan still. Akanji. Could go to Kevin De Bruyne, but it's nice to go inside towards Rodri. City trying to play the ball in those central areas and then work it to the wide areas where they've got space. Bernardo Silva at the moment is in acres of space on this far right-hand side. Cancelo's too worried with Kevin De Bruyne. It's going to be tough for him to get out to Joao Cancelo, actually. Akanji. Cross to Bernardo Silva. Cancelo eventually does come out. Close him down well. Rodri. Oh, it's a terrible touch by Rodri. Given away to Coleman. And Bayern have a chance here. Musiala. Through to Choupo-Moting. And Diaz away. That's a really bad first touch by Rodri. Grealish onto Gundogan. Rodri. Back into Ilkay Gundogan. City have space. Ilkay Gundogan switches the play to Kevin De Bruyne. But Bernardo Silva comes up the right-hand side for City. Rodri. Out left to Jack Grealish here. Up against Kimmich. Grealish. Onto Gundogan. Space for Gundogan. Gundogan shoots. Deflected. Save by Sommer. Is Haaland offside here? I'm not quite sure. Oh, it's a free kick for City, is it? What's going on here? I don't know what the referee is given here, but there's something gone on. I think it could be a penalty for City and a handball. I think. But I'm not quite sure. The referee has given something here. But I'm not sure what. I think it's a penalty to Manchester City. Upamecano comes off his left arm. Deflects off the elbow. He does hit the arm of Upamecano, which is out away from his body. Which deflects it so that Jan Sommer can save it. And I think the referee has given a penalty here at the Allianz Arena, which Haaland will take. VAR will check it. I don't think they'll overrule that decision. Haaland at the Allianz. Up against Jan Sommer. Big, big goal. This could be the Champions League to put Manchester City 4-0 up. The referee continues to talk to Erling Haaland here, giving some instructions. Bayern are putting pressure on the referee. They're in the box for the penalty, which isn't allowed. And they're being told to step out of the box, step away from Erling Haaland. As Clement Turpin now goes across to Jan Sommer. Will Haaland score this? He hasn't missed a penalty yet for Manchester City, but it isn't guaranteed he scores it. He's got to miss one at some point, hasn't he, surely? Just hopefully this isn't the time. Haaland against Sommer. The Norwegian places the ball on the spot. It's going to be a left foot. Will it be a left foot into the back of there? Erling Haaland against Jan Sommer. He will have looked at Erling Haaland's penalties, I'm sure. Can Manchester City take the lead at the Allianz Arena here? Leon Goretzka's in the box again here. And he's now picked up something that the Bayern fans have thrown in towards the penalty spot. Well, actually, to be fair to him, that was right, Goretzka. The Bayern fans threw something at Haaland. He went into the box actually to stop it. So Haaland versus Sommer. Come on, Haaland. Come on, Haaland. Haaland! Off the crossbar! Haaland misses the penalty. Goes down the middle and misses it. That was City's chance and Haaland's fluffed it. That is bad by Haaland. Right down the middle. Off the crossbar. Haaland misses the penalty. That is poor by his standards, isn't it? Goes down the middle and hits the crossbar. Well, it was going to happen eventually, says Russell, yeah. And it has happened. Haaland puts it over the bar. Terrible penalty from the Norwegian. And City have been out in the Champions League due to penalty misses before, haven't they? Could this be another time? Aguero missing a penalty at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which pretty much knocked us out of the Champions League. Is Bayern revitalised now with confidence? Cancelo looks to cross it, won back by Bernardo Silva into Kevin De Bruyne. They need to hang on till half-time now, not concede this, Chris, quite right. Upamecano against Haaland here. He's putting a pressure on the Frenchman. Back he goes to Sommer, but I can't believe Haaland's missed the opportunity there. That is a massive miss here in Munich. Massive miss by Erling Haaland. He should have scored there. I mean, right down the middle. He goes. But he's gone high. And too high over the bar. It's got to be frustrating for City. Pep Guardiola won't be happy with that, I'm sure. Bayern on the attack here. Leroy Sané. Sané. Across to Kimmich. Looks to shoot as Joshua Kimmich over the bar into the netting. And Bayern's ball boys very quickly throw 2 balls onto the field to try and get City to move quickly. But I can't believe Haaland's not scored that penalty. It's a big miss. An absolutely massive miss by Erling Haaland. I just had a feeling he'd miss it, actually, especially in the Champions League. That's just the way it seems to go, isn't it? City miss penalties in the Champions League. Gifted a chance by Upamecano again. And Haaland misses. And he's frustrated. Ederson, oh, skips past Coleman with confidence there, but that could have ended really badly for City. Nathan Ake into Rodri. Rodri loses out to Kimmich. Wins it back, does Rodri. Then forward to Kevin De Bruyne, who could turn here. Perhaps play Haaland. De Bruyne wide to Bernardo Silva. Cancelo across to him. Bernardo. De Bruyne. Rodri. Lets it run away from Musiala. Good use of the body there by Rodri. Into Nathan Ake. Haaland allowed to miss as MKA. He's scored plenty of goals, hasn't he? Big ones. Grealish in behind to Ilkay Gundogan here. Gundogan. Back to De Bruyne. Grealish. Jack Grealish. Grealish. Decides not to shoot. De Bruyne. Ake. Expected Grealish to pull a trigger there. De Bruyne. Oh, and gives it really cheaply away to Bayern Munich there, Kevin De Bruyne. That's so poor. That's so poor by De Bruyne. Back to Sommer they go. The Swissman scuffs his clearance straight back to Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri. Ake. De Bruyne. Back he goes to Diaz. Haaland had to miss at some point. He's human after all. He will want to make up for it with a goal now, says Linda. I hope that's the case. City need a goal, don't they? I think a goal there kills the tie. Makes it very difficult for Bayern. Sané with a foul and Bernardo Silva. Freaking Manchester City. Wallos says Haaland is going to leave if you don't win the Champions League. I don't think so, Wallos. And if he didn't win it because he missed a penalty, then it'd be his fault, wouldn't it? Akanji to take this one for Manchester City. Foul by Sané on Bernardo Silva. Akanji short to Stones and back to Mamuel Akanji. Don't know where Akanji's going here, but in the end he ends up switching it to Nathan Ake under pressure from Coleman. Ake into De Bruyne. And on to Rodri. Good play. Upamecano comes out from the back. Jack Grealish away from Pavard. Grealish. Well played by Grealish again. Grealish wants a handball. Referee says no. Flicked onto Ilkay Gundogan. Haaland's in space here. Gundogan. Gundogan, good play. Upamecano tackles him. He should have released the ball there. Gundogan to Haaland, I thought. Sané. And Bayern play it out for a throw into Manchester City. Big miss by Haaland will be talked about at half-time, I'm sure. So throwing Manchester City. Got at the game, it says Haaland Penn missed way too much time before he took it. Yeah, I thought that as well. Bayern made sure they kept delaying it, didn't they? Ederson, Rodri. Here is Diaz. Haaland. Stones. Bad touch by Stones. Given away. Here's Kingsley Coman. Into Sané. Onto the right foot. Sané. Good feet. Back heel into Kingsley Coman. And a save by Ederson. And away. City struggling a little bit here. Throwing for Bayern. De Ligt. Matthijs De Ligt here. Goes all the way back to Upamecano. City, I think, will hang on till half-time here. But there's still 4 minutes, 5 minutes to go, probably, with added time. 42 minutes played. Eddie getting a bit of form, says Radai. Quite right. He's made a few saves recently, Ederson, hasn't he? Let's hope he keeps it up till the end of the season. Kimmich. Upamecano. Bayern come out from the back here. City. Press is broken. Upamecano into Choupo-Moting. Goretzka in behind. Jack Grealish getting back for his side against Pavard. Back he goes back to Ederson. Ederson sends it long. De Bruyne up against Upamecano. Loses out to him. Kimmich takes it down. Back to Upamecano. And Bayern, we know where they're going. Back to Jan Sommer. Ball forward here. Offside says Manchester City. Referee and linesman say no. Goretzka through to Sané. Good touch on the left foot. Sané. Strike from range by Sané. And it's past the post by Leroy Sané. And it's a goal kick for Manchester City. Good chance. Ederson was scrambling across his goal. I don't know if he would have got to it. Good. It was a really good chance. Sané does want to score, doesn't he? Coleman had a chance before that. So Ederson goal kick now for City. He's going to send it long. There's a yellow card coming out for someone here. And it's Ederson for time wasting. Yellow card for the Brazilian Ederson. Manchester City's goalkeeper booked for time wasting. Of course, if you do that at the Etihad, it's alright. But any other ground, and the Brazilian gets booked for it. Must be frustrating for Ederson. He thinks, well, I see everyone else do it against us, but when I do it, I get a yellow card. That's a terrible goal kick by Ederson. Sends it straight out. For a throw into Bayern Munich. Confirmation of the yellow card for goalkeeper Ederson there. To be taken by Pavar here. 45 minutes. Half-time approaching. Can City hang on with a 0-0 at half-time? Choupo-Moting spins Nathan Ake. Brilliant play by the striker. Then he loses the ball. Loses possession. There's a throw into Manchester City. Got the ball stuck under his feet there, Choupo-Moting. Nathan Ake to take the throw in. Ball forward. Grealish trying to fight for it. Forward by, I don't know who that is for Manchester City, but it's just given away really cheap. I think it could have been Erling Haaland. Tried to get it across to Bernardo Silva. Sané tried to prove himself to Pep. The team is too strong. I hope it stays that way. Coleman, foul by Bernardo Silva on Kingsley Coleman. Thomas Tuchel wants a yellow card. Manchester City are laughing here as Thomas Tuchel goes absolutely mad on the sidelines here. I think he's feeling the pressure, Tuchel, isn't he, at Bayern? Things are not really going his way at all. He's feeling the pressure for certain. Upamecano. Goretzka. Back he goes to Sommer. Across to De Ligt. Cancelo. Had all the ball Bayern, but done nothing much with it. Oh, lovely spin by Kingsley Coleman and Akanji, who's been sent to the shops there. And across to Musiala, who slips. Musiala keeps his feet. Musiala under pressure from Stones. Ederson's out. Free open goal. Coleman blocked away and City somehow survive. Gundogan forward to De Bruyne and back to Bernardo Silva. I don't know how City have got away with that one. But somehow City do get away with that one. Long ball to Ilkay Gundogan. Through the back of him comes Sané. Free kick Manchester City. And Ilkay Gundogan has lost his head here. Absolutely lost his head here, Ilkay Gundogan. Fantastic defending by City, says Linda. Somehow City got away with it. Somehow City got away with it, didn't they? Ederson come out. Was absolutely nowhere. And somehow City got away with it. Ilkay Gundogan's been booked here for being fouled by Upamecano, I think. And the Frenchman gets a yellow card now, I think, as well. Both Gundogan and Upamecano. Oh, it's Joshua Kimmich who gets a yellow card. Fellow German, Ilkay Gundogan unhappy with it. See what happens. Oh, Kimmich kicks Gundogan twice there while he's on the top of the ball. Well, how's the referee let him get away with that? Ilkay Gundogan's on top of the ball and Kimmich kicked him twice while he's on the floor. Ilkay Gundogan not happy at all. I can't believe Kimmich has even decided to do that. Gundogan on top of the ball on the floor and Kimmich decided to kick him twice while he's on the floor. Just the yellow card for both. De Bruyne. Forward to Coleman. I thought Kimmich was suspended for this game because he got too many yellow cards. I must have been wrong. Ilkay Gundogan. Ball to Kevin De Bruyne. Referee blows the half-time whistle. 0-0 here at the Allianz Arena between Manchester City and Bayern Munich. Thomas Tuchel having a go at the fourth official here. He's already on a yellow card, the manager, so he's going to have to be careful because he might be sent off. Looks like my prediction will be wrong here. Did I say I'm not good at the Champions League games? No goals, but certainly not boring. Dramatic night so far for City, says Chris. Well, it certainly has been. I'm going to have a little break over half-time. I'll be back for the second half where we hopefully see Manchester City qualify for the Champions League semi-finals. It's not too far away now, 45 minutes and maybe 5 minutes ahead of time. Surely what's stand between City and the Champions League semi-finals against Real Madrid. I'll be back after this short break. Do talk amongst yourselves. Maybe some things you guys can talk about. And we'll see what happens in the second half.
to stay. We can get away with it. Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. Memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. Cause I'm feeling so good. Cause you make me love my imperfections. Yeah. cause she know I'm a rapper. I give a but I never get feelings, cause shorty, I know what you after. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. Watch I look, I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand in my putting. Put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poop, your bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando. From the ceiling fan to the damn floor. Trying to stack my money up, cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay. See the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel like your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel that.
Too cold, standing in the middle of the downpour, looking in the mirror 'cause it's only you.
Welcome back to the second half on the We Are City channel of Manchester City versus Bayern Munich. Can City book their place in the Champions League semi-finals with a result here today? 3-0 up currently in aggregate. The first half has been entertaining. We've seen chances for Bayern, we've seen chances for Manchester City. We've even seen a penalty missed by Manchester City's Erling Haaland, which could have put City right through in the tie. I think that would have killed the game. Even the red card for Dayot Upamecano, which was then rescinded after Haaland was in offside position. Lots has happened in that first half. Lots and lots of action in the first half. Thomas Tuchel on a yellow card for his protestations throughout the first half as well against the referee. He's feeling the pressure. And out come the Manchester City side in the field. Now, Ederson's made some good saves for us. Ederson, the only goalkeeper to get booked before the 89th minute for time wasting in the whole of Europe. All the others just allowed to do it as much as they want. So here we go. The players come out to the field. Pep Guardiola comes out to sit. And a seat he knows too well. He sat there on the other side as Bayern Munich manager some years ago now. No changes for Manchester City at half-time. No changes for Bayern Munich either at half-time. I expect Serge Gnabry to come on at some point. The big danger man at the moment is Kingsley Coman, who's in and behind that City defence time and time again. His pace is causing a problem for Manchester City. Captain Ilkay Gundogan needs to keep his head as he's on a yellow card. Leroy Sané, can he get a goal against his former side? Can Joao Cancelo? Manchester City versus Bayern Munich. Second half of this Champions League quarter-final second leg, where City lead by 3 goals to nil aggregate. And kickoff is underway. Here we go. Second half underway. 3-1 is some of the predictions. There's been quite a few predictions so far coming in. Everyone predicted goals. Not many predicted no goals. Could this end just 0-0? Rodri forward. I do believe Bayern will score at least one today. They're going to come with absolutely everything this second half because they know that's the only way they're going to be going through in the Champions League. Rodri down to Ake and Rodri back to Akanji. Bayern will look to try and unlock Manchester City at every possible opportunity. They have to. I think they've gone backwards too many times today, Bayern. That might be costing them. Diaz. On to Ederson. Ederson back across the Stones, who lays it into the side to Akanji, and Thomas Tuchel there thought that they could have had a chance there. Bayern just didn't read the pass from Stones, which was clever with the back heel. Stones into Kevin De Bruyne. City with space here. De Bruyne into Ilkay Gundogan. Across to Nathan Ake. There is some space for City here now, and Bayern are leaving more players forward to try and have the counter at City. Grealish against Pavard. Grealish. Back to Ilkay Gundogan. Into Nathan Ake. Crossing by Ake is off the studs of Joshua Kimmich, who's also on a yellow card after the kick on Ilkay Gundogan on the floor. Somewhere in his hands here. Haaland saying to Ake, I think, get a better cross in there. Oh, he should be doing better. Upamecano. Kimmich. Under pressure from De Bruyne. He's got not many passing options here, Kimmich. Go back to Jan Sommer. He looks long, the Swissman out to the far side to Sané, and the header's won by Akanji. Rodri takes it down. Bernardo Silva. Akanji. Pressure from Choupo-Moting. Akanji sends it in behind the defence. That's a wonderful pass by Akanji into Bernardo Silva, who's in behind Kimmich here. Bernardo Silva. Kimmich could tackle, and it's a corner for Manchester City. Kimmich wants a goal kick. Bernardo Silva. A wry smile from Bernardo Silva. He walks away there. Kimmich wanting a goal kick, which wasn't ever going to happen. Benfica waiting at half-time 1-1 with Inter Milan, but Inter still lead by 3 goals to 1 in aggregate. Corner for Manchester City here. To be taken. I'm not sure by who. Haaland, Stones, Akanji, Diaz, Rodri all lined up. Cross comes in. Haaland and Apo set it away, and it's a free kick to Bayern Munich, I think, for a foul on Kimmich, who just stood there and let Haaland run into him. And Kimmich, of course, just fell to the ground as if he'd been shot, because that's part of his game. He's soft. There is De Ligt. To Joao Cancelo. Long by Cancelo forward, and Kingsley Coman takes it and turns, and Diaz makes an absolutely crucial tackle, sliding in and win it back for Manchester City. Sané against Ilkay Gundogan. Takes it away from Sané. Gundogan still. Lose it to Sané. Pavard, little back heel away to Leroy Sané. He swapped sides, I think, with Kingsley Coman. Oh, Upamecano played in here. Here's the pace of the centre-back. Driving forward. Outsteps Manuel Akanji. Brilliant tackle. Important interception. Sané, but Bayern have started lively here in the second half, as they did in the first half, actually. A bit more urgency about Bayern now. Musiala. Pass Rodri. Goretzka, little back heel. It's so cheap by Goretzka, giving away to Jack Grealish. Into Bernardo Silva, who turns right into Sané. Into Cancelo. He has to know Cancelo's there, Bernardo Silva. That's really poor awareness from the midfielder. Musiala. Pavard. Wide to Coleman. Up against Ake. Coleman. Left-footed swing in. Headed away by City. Can't be kept in. Ederson's there. It's going to be a corner for Bayern Munich. And Musiala, I don't know what he's having to go at the referee for now. But he's complaining about something. Corner ball for Bayern. To be taken by Leroy Sané right at the start of this second half. Sané swings it in. And away at the near post by Kevin De Bruyne. It's a poor one by Leroy Sané. The Bayern bench throw it quickly to Joshua Kimmich to take the throw in. Takes his time. He's going to leave it to Pavard, is he? No. Kimmich goes back to Upamecano. City have come with a bit of a defensive performance in them today. So far, so good, really. That Haaland goal would have put City in a wonderful position. Upamecano. De Ligt. I think the tie would have been beyond Bayern at 4-0. 3-0, there's still a chance, perhaps. Long by De Ligt. Akanji with a header. Down to goalkeeper Ederson, who keeps it in. Well played, Ederson and Akanji. I think Akanji's been our best defender today alongside Diaz, perhaps. Maybe Akanji's just edging it. Thomas Muller is warming up for the German side. De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva. Into John Stones. Back to De Bruyne. KDB. Skips past the challenges here. Fouled Kevin De Bruyne. By Leon Goretzka, already on a yellow card. And a free kick Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne. Can't seem to understand why Goretzka's complaining here. He just takes the legs of Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, what is there to complain about for Leon Goretzka? Strange. I don't understand it. It's a free kick Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne over it to swing it in. Bernardo Silva there as well. De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne to take it. Is he going to be an in-swinger, an out-swinger perhaps from Bernardo Silva? De Bruyne swings it into the far post to Manuel Akanji, who's across to it. Does keep this in, Akanji. Back to Jack Grealish. Grealish. Past Choupo-Moting. Grealish. Under pressure here. He's got to be careful he doesn't lose it. Grealish back to Ake. Under pressure, Coleman. Grealish in Ake across to Diaz, who takes his time here. De Bruyne. Gundogan. Back to Diaz. It's a bad pass by Gundogan. Diaz does well with it. Rodri gives it away for City again. Sané. Bayern look to pounce on the City mistake. Kingsley Coman blocked away by Stones. Kimmich. Wide right to Pavard. Rodri give it away, but it's like Gundogan going backwards there. He went backwards and just played City into trouble. Akanji heads it away. Coman. Into Pavard. Across the box by Pavard. Lifted to the far post. John Stones lost it. Against Sané, and Stones puts it out for a throw into Bayern. Well, that was shaky from City at the back again there. And Bayern go back to Upamecano. Well, they continue to hang on. Upamecano trying to run a Haaland, which he can't do. Coleman. Goes all the way back to Jan Sommer, which pulls Erling Haaland out. Sommer. Left-footed switcher play by Sommer. He's straight to the path of Akanji. Sends it forward to Kevin De Bruyne. Pressure from Goretzka. De Bruyne. Found again by Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side. KDB still going. Back into Bernardo Silva. Pass Cancelo. No. Great tackle by Joao Cancelo. Brilliant challenge by him. Bernardo Silva couldn't skip past him. De Ligt. Upamecano. Pavard. Upamecano. Kimmich. Frustration by Pep Guardiola on the sidelines here, who steps out with his arms at either side, looking towards his teammates. Haaland crunches Goretzka here. Bayern play on advantage played. Hardly anything in it from Haaland on Goretzka. De Ligt. Cancelo. Joao Cancelo here, a little step over. Back he goes to Matthijs De Ligt. With Upamecano. Pavard on the far side. Ake across to him. Absolutely floors Benjamin Pavard here, Nathan Ake. He'll get a yellow card for this one. The referee is desperate to give him one. Very late on Pavard here by Ake. Came across. Absolutely floored him. Didn't actually touch Pavard. He slipped Ake and took Pavard out in the end. If he hadn't slipped, it wouldn't have been a foul. But Ake slipped a few times today, hasn't he? Chris is here wishing the minutes away. Yeah, it feels like a bit like one of those games now, doesn't it, really? Where it's going to be all Bayern and City just hanging on. That penalty that Haaland would have scored would have put City in just a much better position, really. Because Bayern would have had to come out. City perhaps would have caught them the counter. But missing that penalty. I mean, it's still 3-0 up. But 3 goals can be scored very easily in the second half. Especially with side of Bayern Munich's quality. Here is De Ligt. And back to Sommer. I have to say, the only positive I'll take is that Bayern spend a lot of time passing backwards. They're not really going forward much. Upamecano into Choupo-Moting. A ball in behind Akanji here towards Sané. City in a bit of trouble. Leroy Sané here. Up against Akanji. Skips past him. Onto Musiala. Good tackle by Ilkay Gundogan. Bernardo Silva taken down by Goretzka. Referee says no free kick. Kimmich. Clip forward. Headed away by Stones. Grealish beats Pavard to it. Into Haaland. Onto De Bruyne. City could counter here. Kevin De Bruyne with a bad pass to Grealish, but he's got in the end of it. De Bruyne. Grealish. Through to Haaland here. Haaland! Straight at Sommer. Terrible play by Haaland there. He had De Bruyne running in as well. That's poor by Haaland. He had De Bruyne running in. When found by Grealish, he maybe should have gone across the box to Kevin De Bruyne. It was poor by Haaland and his standards. Need to get his head up and just put a real tap in for De Bruyne. But I think Haaland, after that penalty miss, sense he's a bit affected by that. Cancelo. Under pressure from Bernardo Silva and has to go back to De Ligt. Joao Cancelo. Frustrated with his teammates. De Ligt. Nowhere to go for Matthijs De Ligt. City pressing well. Still Matthijs De Ligt. Pressed by Kevin De Bruyne. Kimmich has dropped deep to try and help Bayern build out from the back here. Here is Upamecano. Kimmich. Giving away to Ilkay Gundogan into Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri. City decide not to go forward in attack. Manuel Akanji arms in the air says why not. Ake just beaten Choupo-Moting to that back pass by City, which was poor. Edison across to Akanji. Onto John Stones. Big sliding challenge by John Stones. Somehow going to throw into Bayern Munich. But City there, when they win the ball back, we've got to go forward and try and beat Bayern. Attack them, but we don't. We try and keep possession, which is a waste of time. End up giving it away. Kimmich round Ilkay Gundogan. Wide to Coman. Grealish got out to him. Coman against Grealish. Drop of the shoulder pass Grealish. Coman. Ilkay Gundogan can't win it. Coman across the box. What a save by Edison. And cleared away by Stones. Good save by Edison. De Ligt against De Bruyne. Haaland here. City 2-on-1. De Bruyne. Into Haaland here. Haaland drops up Upamecano. Haaland! 1-0 Manchester City. Erling Haaland scores for City. Misses the penalty. But he scores that chance. City lead at Bayern. Massive goal for Manchester City. And it's Erling Haaland. De Bruyne finds him on the counter. He absolutely drops up Upamecano. And he goes and scores. Haaland makes up for the penalty miss, says Chris. Quite right. Redemption for Haaland, says Russell. Well, Bayern at one end. What a save by Edison. Gets it away from Choupo-Moting. Stones clears it long. That long ball falls to Haaland, who nods it down to Kevin De Bruyne. Counter-attacking stuff from Manchester City. De Bruyne into Haaland. It's brilliant at counter-attacking football. Haaland drops up Upamecano. Past him. Then finishes it past Jan Sommer. Brilliant from Haaland. 1-0 Manchester City at the Allianz Arena. 4-0 at aggregate. But Upamecano just slips. He just slips the Frenchman. Great finish by Haaland. You were right, Linda, says MK. But Haaland there signalling to the Bayern crowd to shh. The shush celebration. 1-0 Manchester City at the Allianz Arena. Oliver Kahn and the director of football at Bayern look disappointed. Nice to see that. Nice to see. So 1-0 City lead here. at the Allianz Arena. And City now, surely, and Bayern have got to come forward now, massively. I mean, what a save by Edison at the other end, actually, by the way. Credit to Edison for doing that. Makes a save. Stones sends the long ball. Haaland onto De Bruyne. Counter-attacking football by those two. And City score. It's brilliant. Thomas Tuchel is sat down shaking his head. Well, City have done him in a counter-attacking situation. How often we see Manchester City score counter-attacking goals? But with Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland, we've got two players who can do that for us. Who allow us to sit back. And City can't get complacent now. Diaz through to Edison. He'll take his time here. And he picks the ball up ahead of Musiala. Edison rolls it out to Rodri. Wide right to Manuel Akanji. It's a massive goal for City, that goal by Haaland there. Stones. Akanji. City fans cheering here now and making noise in Munich. Long ball forward by City given away, but Goretzka heads it down to Bernardo Silva, who turns once and twice and into Ilkay Gundogan. Wide to Grealish. Grealish taken down by Pavard. Free kick Manchester City. It's got to be a yellow card for Pavard here. Benjamin Pavard does receive a yellow card. Deservedly. Grealish skipped past Pavard there. Just on the edge of the box. Could have easily nearly been a penalty for City. Jack Grealish just skips past him. Pavard puts his feet into Jack Grealish. Takes down the number 10 for Manchester City. Pavard with a yellow card. A Manchester City free kick here. On the 60th minute. Kevin De Bruyne across to take it. City in control is tie now. 2 more goals needed for Red Ice's Andrew. And a goal for Bayern, of course, which we don't want. Linda knew Haaland wanted to make up for the miss, and she was right. He did. Great counter-attacking football from City. So City with a free kick here. De Bruyne to take it. KDB waits. Options in the box for City. De Bruyne clips one in here. Ooh, headed off the line by Upamecano. It's actually towards the far corner. Oh, and Bayern could counter here, but well played Ilkay Gundogan. Bernardo Silva doing well here. Bernardo Silva turning, twisting. Bernardo Silva, and the referee has stopped the game for an injury for Bayern Munich, which isn't a head injury. So why is the game stopped? That is the big question. Why is the game stopped, referee? Celso says congratulations, Haaland, redemption goal, certainly. Well, the referee has just stopped the game for a non-head injury. I've never seen that before, really. City get the ball back now. But what is the referee playing at? Ilkay Gundogan. Okay. Grealish here. Now he knows that Pavard's in the yellow card here, Grealish. We can run it on Grealish into Haaland. Grealish taken out again. Haaland skips past the challenges. Haaland tries to win a corner. De Ligt. Over to Goretzka, who can't keep it in. Corner Manchester City. Haaland celebrates that fact. Referee comes across just to make sure there's going to be no pushing and shoving between Goretzka and Haaland here. Referee just telling Haaland not to be too much there. So, corner for City. In there is Haaland, Ake, Rodri, Diaz, Akanji. City manages well, says Chris, quite right. City play it short from the corner, back to Kevin De Bruyne. Clipped him past the near post. Matthijs de Ligt with a good interception there. John Stones, not the best of clearances, but he actually found Kevin De Bruyne. And De Bruyne sends it back forward here. Upamecano, mistake by Upamecano. Luckily, there's no City playing around him. Sommer picks up and throws it out wide left to Joao Cancelo, who bursts forward here. Joao Cancelo, who wants to win the Champions League with Bayern Munich, he said. Good interception by Akanji and the pass by Cancelo. Here's Ilkay Gundogan. The game's becoming stretched now. Goretzka chases Gundogan. Drops Gundogan. Free kick Manchester City. Well, Leon Goretzka's on a yellow card. He's got to be careful. And there's going to be some substitutions for Bayern Munich here. Joao Cancelo. Dragged at 62 minutes for Alphonso Davies. And Sadio Mane is coming on. Interesting. Off comes... Is it Leroy Sané? It is Leroy Sané. He's off for Sadio Mane. Interesting substitution. Sané shakes the head. Sané off, Mane on. That's Bayern's roll of dice from Thomas Tuchel. Oh, Rodri with a shocking pass to Ake. City get away with it and Stones round the corner. Rodri's got to be careful playing these passes. He's sometimes very, very silly. De Bruyne. Stones. De Bruyne. Oh, he's missed him. And he's found Alphonso Davies. Attacking change by Bayern. As Bayern have got a bit of space now. Here's Kingsley Coman. Coman. Got no options, really. Kimmich. Sadio Mane is in space. Kimmich goes for one from range and into the hands of goalkeeper Edison, who lets it drop and just watches it slowly as the Bayern player goes to press him. He'll take his time here, Edison. A few times Kimmich has gone from range. A few times Bayern have gone for range, but a lot of them gone into the stands. And they've not come off, have they? Edison rolls it out to Ake. Gundogan, Rodri, Ake, can't control it. Nathan Ake's hamstring's gone. Oh dear. Oh dear. Nathan Ake's hamstring's gone. Oh no, that's not good for Nathan Ake. Well, surely I merit Laporte season now, because Nathan Ake's coming off. This is not good at all, says Chris. No. Ake has been one of City's standout performers this season. Controls the ball. Pulls his hamstring. Luckily we can ask Cancelo to swap sides, says Chris. Yeah, he might come for City now. But it's a hamstring for Nathan Ake. And I merit Laporte will be coming on. That's a big shame. That could be his season over, Ake. You don't know how long he's going to be out for with that one. We do not know how long he's going to be out for with that one. Hopefully it's not long. Oh, the Haaland goal. Upamecano slips. He just lifts it over Upamecano's feet. Little flick over him. Smash it in the back of the net. It's an absolutely class goal by Erling Haaland. Created by Kevin De Bruyne and John Stones. So Aymeric Laporte will come on for Manchester City for the injured Nathan Ake. And that is a big shame for City. A big, big shame for City, isn't it, to lose Ake? And Aymeric Laporte is on. Well, it's Laporte's chance to shine now, isn't it? He's got to impress the City fans and Pep Guardiola. Here's Alphonso Davies, tackled by Bernardo Silva. He pocketed Alphonso Davies in the first leg, didn't he? Davies again. And back he goes to Jan Sommer. Upamecano. Haaland there. Sommer into delay. I think City are pretty comfortable here. Russell said it's bad that Ake's out. Yeah, I mean, Ake being injured is really bad for City, considering how good he's been. I didn't like Laporte against Leicester City. I was not impressed by Laporte against Leicester City, but you've got to trust in Laporte now. We need Ake for the Arsenal game, says Chris. Yeah. Ake against Saka. It looks like it's going to be Laporte against Saka, depending on how long Ake's out for. Musiala, lovely turn by him. Rodri gets back and wins it back for City. Lovely by Rodri. Musiala fouling him. Rodri gives it away. After some great work, Rodri. He's giving it away here. And Rodri's injured as well now. Chance of Bayern here. Shot by Choupo-Moting. Save by Edison. And it looks like Rodri's picked up an injury as well now for Manchester City. He pulled up there, Rodri. Let's hope this isn't a bad... I mean, if Rodri's injured and we have to play Calvin Phillips, we're in big trouble. Oh no, he's still going, Rodri. Seems okay. But he's limping a little bit. Laporte into Gundogan. Grealish. Great play by Grealish. Gundogan. Upamecano for the back of Ilkay Gundogan. Straight to the back of Ilkay Gundogan. No yellow card for the big Frenchman. He's had a shocker again. Ilkay Gundogan's down now as well. Nathan Ake is receiving treatment on the bench here. Going to get wrapped with ice on his hamstring, which doesn't look good. Well, I hope Laporte can prove to be as pivotal as last season in winning the league. He was fantastic last season, played through a knee injury. I want to see that again from him. Throwing Manchester City. Davies came out to that one. That's poor from Alphonso Davies. When this is Laporte can become good with regular game time, well, I hope that's the case. I think obviously you'd say on paper he's better than Ake, but he hasn't been this season. He hasn't played much. John Stones. Laporte. Across to Grealish, not the best of passes, but Grealish gets there, he slips, he's back to his feet, Grealish, and he's give it away, and he's won it back off Coleman. Pavard. Away from Grealish. Upamecano with a switch of play towards Sadio Mane. It's a shocking pass by Upamecano, straight down the middle and all the way through to Ederson. He'll take his time now, the Brazilian. And he is doing. Wasting time is Ederson. No, I don't blame him for doing that. How many times do we see teams do it against City? Ederson rolls it out to Diaz. Stones, back to Ederson again. Laporte is in space on his left-hand side. Out to Laporte. Goes Ederson. Laporte. Gundogan. Lovely turn past Kimmich. Taken off him by Rodri. Rodri, a switch of play to Manuel Akanji. Good play by City. Bernardo Silva goes to support Akanji. Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne. Akanji. Akanji taking his time here. Ball forward here into Stones, who switches the play across to Jack Grealish, and the referee gives a handball. And Jack Grealish kicks it away. Kevin De Bruyne, I think, was frustrated with Akanji. Pep Guardiola is very frustrated with Manuel Akanji there. Looking better to come back from his loan to Celso. We won't be doing that, I don't think. City will just play what they've got. Hope City end up winning this. Bayern have won the last 8 games in the Champions League this season. Well, not this time. Hope City do win this. I want a 2-0 win here. We'll just make Real Madrid think, but I think Real Madrid's counter-attacking ability is going to scare City massively. It scares me. Pavard. Onto Coleman. Little shimmy away from Laporte. Back into Musiala, who's past Ilkay Gundogan. Musiala onto Kimmich. Kimmich here, flicked it over to Choupo-Moting, and Laporte shepherds it and heads it back to his goalkeeper. Well done. Aymeric Laporte. Sadio Mane putting pressure on Ederson here. He throws it across to Manuel Akanji. Rodri. Bringing it forward. Stones is telling Rodri to take it forward. Ilkay Gundogan's in acres of space here, and Rodri's got to go into him there. I think Gundogan's frustrated. Akanji into Stones. Great movement by John Stones. Haaland. Back to Stones. Haaland's offside. That's so frustrating. Haaland should not be offside there. It certainly weren't there. Bayern play it short. Keep the faith, City fans. We're stuffing Bayern 4-0. Listen and take that in. Well, they're going to make a double substitution here, Bayern Munich. Maxim Choupo-Moting is off for a young 17-year-old Matthias Tell. A lot of pressure on a young man to come on here. Sold Robert Lewandowski and didn't really replace him. And Jamal Musiala is off. And it's Thomas Muller that is on. Upamecano forward. Sadio Mane. Alphonso Davies tackled by Bernardo Silva and won back by John Stones, but back in there was Davies to win it back for his side. Pavard. Laporte tried to read that pass into Muller. Diaz shepherded him into his position. Coleman crossing by Kimmich. Header in there. Sadio Mane takes it down the far post. City claiming offside. Referee says no. Mane. Cross back in. Stones away. De Ligt. Oh, skips through challenges. Laporte away. Grealish down to Laporte. City could counter here. Laporte. Ilkay Gundogan. Nice turn. Ball forward to Haaland against Upamecano. It's not the best of balls by Gundogan. I think it's got to go to De Bruyne, that one, really. Had to go to De Bruyne. Muller coming on. He's made his debut in 1957, says Chris. He's been around forever. He's only 31. He's only 31, isn't he, Thomas Muller? 32. I feel like ever since I've been watching football, he's always been there. Coleman. On to Pavard. Back to Coleman. Bayern push him. Coleman back into Pavard on this right-hand side. Pavard back to Coleman. 33, says Chris. How is he only 33? He's been around forever. Been around forever. I'd say he was 30. You know, if you thought how long he's been playing, you say 38, 39 maybe. It honestly feels like he's been playing that long. It reminds me of Ika Muniain, who plays for Bilbao. I think he's only 33, 34, but he seems like he's been around forever. Again. I think he just started playing so long for Athletic Bilbao. Ederson. Launches throughout to Jack Grealish. Through the back of him comes Benjamin Pavard. Coleman. Grealish not happy with the throw out by Ederson, I don't think that. De Ligt switch of play to Alphonso Davies. Akanji out to it. Alphonso Davies past him. Into Matthias Tell here. Good defending by Diaz, who gets it away. Just stronger than Tell. Just stronger than the young Frenchman. Bayern go back to De Ligt. I mean, City could, I hope so, go for this quarter-final without conceding a single goal to Bayern Munich, which would be pretty embarrassing for them. De Ligt. Of Meccano. City have actually covered more ground than Bayern Munich, had 45% possession, less than Bayern. Pavard. Of Meccano. De Ligt. I mean, a lot of Bayern's play has been round the back, hasn't it? Between Sommer, De Ligt and Meccano. Sadio Mane. Kimmich. Tried to open City open here. Laporte clears it away. Good defending. Alphonso Davies down to Sadio Mane. Back to Davies, who gives it away. Kevin De Bruyne back out to Bernardo Silva. And he goes back to Manu Akanji. Left-footed clearance by Akanji forward towards Erling Haaland, who's bullying up Meccano here. Haaland down to De Bruyne. Back into Bernardo Silva. City keep possession. Rodri. Grealish wants the play switched. And Rodri does that out to Jack Grealish. Up Meccano. Around him, so is Coleman. And Grealish can't flick it into the path of Laporte. The pass from Rodri is a little bit too lofted. I think Grealish wanted a bit more drive on it, so it gets him a little bit quicker. Here's up Meccano for Bayern Munich. Now De Ligt. Bayern bring it out from the back. Sadio Mane. Wide to Alphonso Davies. Fullback drives at City. Past Bernardo Silva again. Kimmich. Kimmich into Kingsley Coman. Good pass. Coman. Great skill. Coman! Goal for Bayern Munich. Offside. Goal for Bayern Munich, but it's offside. I think City, Ederson made a save there. Straight back out to Matthias Tell. It puts it into an empty net, but Kingsley Coman was offside. The City players were protesting it was offside before that. And Coman is offside here. Very clearly offside. City could see that. John Stones appealing for offside. I don't know why the referee allowed it to play on. But Bayern do score, but it's offside for Bayern Munich. And the goal doesn't count for young Matthias Tell, 17 years of age, scoring. Long ball to Grealish, and Pavard just shoves Grealish off. And Jack Grealish is not happy, I think, with the balls at the moment being sent straight into him. He's being, asked to do a lot of aerial battling here, Grealish, with Benjamin Pavard, which is not going to be easy. Pavard, twice the size of him, it feels like. Russell says, be careful, guys. Well, look at that, goal's offside, but that's giving Bayern some confidence here. And Bayern switch the play across to Alphonso Davies in space here. Davies skips inside. Davies across to Coleman. Coleman. Diaz dives in. Coleman. What a block by Diaz. Class by Ruben Diaz there. He slides in initially with the splits to block it. Coleman dummies it, so he thinks he's beat Diaz. Then as he goes to put in the cross, Diaz gets back to his feet and slides back in again to block it once more and out for a corner. It's absolutely fantastic defending by Diaz. And that's what he does. That's what he does. Crossing by Bayern. Headed away by City. Scramble the box here. De Ligt with the header. Away by Laporte. Mane out to Matthias Tell. Strike by the Frenchman. Blocked by John Stones. Another corner for Bayern Munich here. Ederson slides in to kick it away. Why it's in the stands there. It's strange by Ederson. And they're going to make another change here, Bayern Munich. It's a bit of an odd one. Benjamin Pavard comes off, and on comes Stanisic, who's a more defensive fullback, I suppose. I don't understand the decision-making in that one. Pavard off, Stanisic on. Crossing by Bayern. Catched in by Ederson. Easy save on the corner by Bayern Munich. Ederson sits on it. That was well played by City. They're just showing the automated offside, which showed that Kingsley Coman was offside in that Bayern Munich goal. Ederson parried it into the path of Matthias Tell. City play it out from the back here. I don't know what's happened there, but they didn't even show it on the highlights because they were too busy showing something else. Ilkay Gundogan. Haaland runs through the middle. Gundogan. A switch to Manu Akanji. Here is City. Bernardo Silva. Back he goes to Akanji. De Bruyne. Lost it here in a bad position. Kevin De Bruyne. Counter for Bayern. Tell. Alphonso Davies. Bayern throwing it at City now. Davies. Goretzka. Tackle by Ilkay Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Back into Gundogan. City could counter here. City are 4-on-3 with Bayern. But Gundogan just slowing it down. Wide to Jack Grealish up against Stanisic here. Grealish. Back to De Bruyne. Laporte, City do slow it down. Gundogan. Good turn by Ilkay Gundogan. Rodri. Back he goes to Laporte. City valuing possession more than a second goal. Just taking the sting out the game and counting those minutes. Akanji. All the way back they go to Edison. Switch a play by Edison out to Ilkay Gundogan. Takes it well, the German. Into Kevin De Bruyne, whose eyes light up with Haaland running through here. De Bruyne. Into Grealish. Jack Grealish up against Stanisic. Good work by Grealish. Back he goes to Laporte. And City just try and stay relaxed. Laporte. Rodri. 80 minutes nearly on the clock now. City 10 minutes away from a Champions League semi-final. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Back to Bernardo Silva. City with a chance here. Bernardo running at Mateus de Ligt here. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. A little backheel into Haaland. It's a poor one from Bernardo. He should have gone to Grealish on the far side, I feel. Big mistake there by Bernardo. And Bayern come the other way. Alphonso Davies. And he's had to go back again. Bernardo apologies to Grealish there because he knows Grealish in a lot of space. City would have scored there. City's midfield press has been poor. And Bayern have broke it. And here's Sadio Mane against Akanji. And Akanji makes Mane run it out for a goal kick. Well, Mane's saying handball. He's not going to get that. I think it's a corner in the end. Sadio Mane, who's used to trying to swindle his way into penalties and cheat. Well, he does hit Akanji's arm there, but he's literally right on top of Bayern. But the referee's checking this with VAR. It does hit Akanji's arm, but like he's right on top of Sadio Mane. What is he supposed to do? I think Bayern might get a penalty here, though. Potential penalty check by VAR. It's a harsh one if they give it. Because Akanji's literally on top of Sadio Mane, so what's he supposed to do? It's never a penalty, that. It's never a penalty. We'll just start kicking it at people's arms. The ball's pretty much out of play by the time it hits his arm. It's never a penalty. Well, the referee's going to go and check the monitor. This is a penalty for Bayern Munich. What an absolute joke of a penalty this is going to be. Where's Akanji supposed to go there? He's right on top of Mane. Mane flicks it up into his arm. Penalty Bayern Munich. Well done, referee. You've done an absolute wonder move here, referee. Absolutely brilliant from the referee. Penalty Bayern Munich. What a joke that is of a decision. What a joke of a decision. It's never a penalty. It's never a penalty, but the ref gives it anyway, doesn't he? He's desperate to give it. Desperate to make it a game for the last 10 minutes, clearly. No way it's a penalty, but the referees give it anyway. That is one of the worst decisions you'll see in the Champions League, although there's been loads against us. Been loads against Manchester City. Manuel Akanji about 1 inch away from Sadio Mane, and somehow it's a penalty. And Joshua Kimmich will step up. But you know, that's what you get in the Champions League. This is the sort of refereeing decisions you do get. So Joshua Kimmich from a spot against Edison, he'll score. I'm pretty sure he'll score. Kimmich against Edison. Just remember Real Madrid against City last season, says Chris. Don't remind me of that. Up steps Kimmich. Down the middle, goal for Bayern Munich. 1-1. Well, they'll come at City now, won't they? 3 goals to try and overthrow. What a horror decision that is. What an absolute horror decision that is. From the referee. I've never seen anything. He's like 1 inch away. Like 1 inch away from him, and somehow it's a penalty. Never a penalty, but they've given it anyway. And Bayern pull one back. Kimmich scores 1-1 here in Munich. What a shocking decision that is from the referee. Edison with another poor pass that Jack Grealish lumps away. And Erling Haaland is coming off for Manchester City now for Julian Alvarez. And Jack Grealish gets a yellow card for kicking the ball now, for trying to keep it in play. So another yellow card for a City player, just because the referee gives him out. Give a yellow card for absolutely anything, this referee, wouldn't it? Absolutely anything. Upamecano. Back to De Ligt. It's alright. Bayern will continue to play backwards, won't they? So I'm not too worried at the moment. Back to Sommer. De Ligt. Sadio Mane. Who somehow gets a penalty for absolutely nothing. Alphonso Davies in a front race with Akanji. He's absolutely burnt Akanji here. Cross into the behind to Tell. Tell with a chance here! And over the bar by the Frenchman. Great chance for Bayern. Matthias Tell. Can't put it in. Cannot put it in. Should done better. Right over the bar. Edison to take this one. His kicking's been terrible since the start. Long by Edison again. It's straight out from another goal kick. Well, another throw-in, sorry, for Bayern. On the far side. I don't know what Edison is doing from the goal kicks. He's terrible. Here is Jan Sommer. De Ligt. Sommer again, Upamecano. Ball forward here. Laporte against Coleman. Laporte can't stop Coleman, so he gets his arm round his neck. It's a yellow card for Aymeric Laporte. And Thomas Tuchel is on the pitch now. Thomas Tuchel on the pitch. As Laporte gets yellow carded for fouling Coleman. Just gets his arm round the back of Coleman, makes sure he goes nowhere. And it's a red card for Bayern Munich manager Thomas Tuchel. He's off. Tuchel is off after the stands he goes. Yellow card for Laporte. Tuchel can't hide his frustration for that foul by Laporte. He gets on the pitch. And Thomas Tuchel is sent to the stands now. For coming on the pitch there to complain about the yellow card. Chris says it's inevitable Thomas will get sent off. Yeah, he's been at the referee all game, hasn't he? And I think his assistant's been sent off as well here by the referee. Well, Bayern can't complain about the referee because he's actually give them the penalty that's got them any chance in this game. Ball in by Bayern. Chance here. City get it away. Here is Kevin De Bruyne. Alvarez running through. Julian Alvarez played in by De Bruyne. Alphonso Davies on Alvarez. And Alvarez should have done a lot better there against Davies, but he doesn't do. Back to Sommer they go and Bayern Munich get out of it. Ball forward here to De Ligt. Bernardo Silva looks to make a challenge. He can't do. De Ligt long and switches the play. Laporte in there. Grealish, good turn by Jack Grealish. Alvarez. Jack Grealish up against Upamecano. Grealish, well played. Jack Grealish here. Just slowing the game down. Gundogan, Grealish. Well played by Grealish. Then he skips past Stanisic. Great play by Grealish here. Ah, and he's fouled by Stanisic when he's in the box nearly. It's got to be a yellow card for Stanisic here. Who shouts at the referee. And Stanisic gets himself a yellow card now. Another yellow card given out. Yellow cards everywhere. Stanisic just, I don't know, playing into the referee's hands, I suppose. He makes a foul on Grealish, which is a clear foul on Jack Grealish. It is brilliant from Grealish, quite right, Chris. Spinning the defenders inside and out. Just getting City some time and space, which he does do. And then Stanisic takes Grealish down. Moans in the referee's face continually. He gets a yellow card for it. Kevin De Bruyne is coming off for Manchester City. City make another change, and this time it is Kyle Walker, a defensive option on for City, who are struggling with the pace of Alphonso Davies, Kingsley Coman, Sadio Mane. So Walker comes on just to make things a little bit easier for City at the back with his pace. 88 minutes on the clock. Walker saying we're going to a back four with a three in front. And a free kick for City now. Grealish. Linda says we can see why Pep will understand why we do the Champions League anthem. Yeah. Can see why. Can see why, can't you? So City free kick. Gundogan and Grealish to take it. I think City might take us to the corner flag, and they do. With Jack Grealish under pressure. Kicks it off. Matthias Tell throwing to Manchester City. 2 balls are thrown at Grealish by the ball boy. Grealish throws it to Alvarez. Back to Grealish. Alvarez tries to hold in the corner flag here. Off Matthias Tell. Another throw into Manchester City. City taking the time. City have stuffed Bayern, says Linda. Well, it was an undeserved penalty that Bayern Munich got, wasn't it, really? A really undeserved penalty. I don't know how they got it, but they did do. Matthias Tell throws it back to Grealish. Another throw in. Honestly, prediction took an L, says Ridai. First time you've been wrong, unless City scored 2 now. Alvarez. Somehow it's gone out. Alvarez gives it away. I think it's a goal kick. They want a yellow card for Julian Alvarez now for kicking it. Bayern Munich have to take it as a throw-in for the corner flag. Kimmich. Stanisic away. Headed on by Tell. Laporte stronger than Coleman. Gundogan. Stanisic through the back of Grealish. Thomas Muller and down to Kimmich, and Bayern look to get it forward. Don't feel like we're going to go through. Says Russell. Yeah, we're going through, aren't we? Exactly. Doesn't matter that Ridai's got a prediction wrong. It's the first one he's ever got wrong, I feel like, in about 10 games. But it looks like City are going through. 89 minutes played, nearly 90 now. Madrid still to come, says Ridai. That's the worry. If we beat Madrid, we've just got to beat Madrid next, haven't we? That's the big one, Madrid. It really is. Alvarez off the lick. Out for a throw into Manchester City. City will take the time here. Bayern, no. They're staying in Munich. They're not going anywhere else in the Champions League. Thomas Tuchel has taken them out of 2 competitions in the space of 3 weeks in charge. And now Silva to take the throw. It's going to be 5 added minutes here at the Allianz Arena. Bernardo Silva. I mean, if City can do the job at the Etihad against Real Madrid, beat them 5-0, say, like we should have done last time, we're in a really good position going into the second leg. Oh, Bayern give it away here. Bernardo Silva. Alvarez. It's a bad pass to Ilkay Gundogan by Alvarez. Really bad pass. And Bayern come the other way now as they look to counter. Goretzka. Akanji out there. Akanji pressing. De Ligt. Stanisic from Meccano. Kimmich. Goretzka. Kimmich again. Ridai says Benfica is fighting with everything they have. What's the score in Benfica against Inter? Muller. Stanisic. Across he goes to Kimmich. Under pressure from Bernardo Silva. Ball in behind to Thomas Muller. Against Laporte. Laporte gets there and lumps it away. Bayern go out in the quarterfinals for the 3rd season in a row. That used to be yours. Very true. 3-3 Benfica and Inter. Wow. On aggregate 3-3, or actually 3-3 on the night. It's 3-3 on aggregate. Very interesting. Here is Tell. Muller. Ball into the far post here. Kyle Walker against Alphonso Davies. Davies across the box! And did Bayern score or what? Wow, I thought Bayern had scored there through Sadio Mane. I thought Sadio Mane had scored there, but he hasn't. Could hardly tell. Edison's got cramp now and he's down receiving treatment. The Eagle of Portugal is fighting like a predator, says Celso. 3-3 on the night, says Chris. So it's still 5-3 then, is it? 5-3 to Inter. His chance again. It went to the far post. Alphonso Davies managed to keep it in. And Sadio Mane put it wide. Sliding challenge by Akanji. 5-3 on aggregate. Yeah, Benfica looks to be going out then, don't they? Long ball forward to Grealish, who gets there to Stanisic. Down to Alvarez. Back to Gundogan. Into Jack Grealish, who's tackled by Thomas Muller. And he's somehow got a free kick to Bayern Munich here. Muller pretends to limp and now he's fine to take the free kick. So I don't know what that was for, referee. Goretzka. Stanisic. Thomas Muller. Diaz wins it back. Alvarez. Diaz says Alvarez go forward. Julian Alvarez takes his time here. Jack Grealish. Little back heel through to Alvarez. That's poor by Grealish. He's trying to waste time, but Alvarez wasn't there. Up Meccano. Goretzka. Well, there's 2 minutes left. I don't think Bayern are scoring 3 goals, but I could be wrong. Alphonso Davies. Mane tackled by Akanji, who's gone down here. writhing in pain. And the referee stops the game for an injury to Akanji, just like he did with Goretzka. The Bayern players look and complain. Well, they got one themselves, and Akanji's down here injured. Sadio Mane stamping on the boot of Manuel Akanji. Dirty player. Ex-Liverpool man. No surprises. Drop ball. Akanji limps back. Upamecano. Forward by him. Oh, Laporte's lost out to Coleman here. Cross they go to Sadio Mane. Mane. Tackled by City. Alphonso Davies. Clipped in here. Tell. Tackled by Gundogan. Coleman down in the box. Nothing in that. He knows that. Rodri. Rodri for City. Across to Jack Grealish. Grealish flicks it in behind to Aymeric Laporte, who gets on the end of this one. City are 3-on-2 here. And Laporte just slows down back into Grealish, who takes a bad touch. And he can't get on the end of it. And he's frustrated there, Grealish, with a pass by Laporte. Inter versus AC Milan semi-finals. You'd expect AC to win that, wouldn't you, Red-Eye? But maybe Inter Milan cause an upset and get to the final. Maybe. Coleman, good footwork. Back to Stanisic in a wide area. Laporte out of position. Stanisic across the box. Good ball by Laporte. Kingsley Coleman with the outside the boot strike. And out for a goal kick, and Kimmich wants a penalty. Joshua Kimmich wants another penalty. And it's a Manchester City goal kick. To be taken by Edison. City take the time. Brilliant commentary, says Andrew. Thank you very much. The clock is up because they've played so long. That is a full-time whistle. Manchester City are going to the Champions League semi-final, where they will face Real Madrid. Pep Guardiola outdoes Thomas Tuchel. Manchester City outdo Bayern Munich. And off City go to a Champions League semi-final, where they will face Real Madrid. They give it a good go, Bayern, but nowhere near enough. Great game. Fantastic commentary by City. Match by... Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the compliment on the commentary. Thank you, Russell. Thank you to everyone for joining us. Well, I'm going to have an early night. What seems to be an early night. Not so much. City through to Champions League semi-final. I'll be back on the weekend, or I should be anyway, for the FA Cup semi-finals as Manchester City take on Sheffield United. Can City get to another cup final? I think they can do. Let's see you guys next time. Please do like the video if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all this weekend.